Shalom, back with part 3, News and Prophecy. Let's continue here. All right, so I just gave you some precepts to this. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations, all right, from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her, all right. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows, talking about the ICBMs, all right, thermonuclear fire, shall be as mighty expert men. None shall return in vain. You know, you can get further understanding of that when you read Joel, the 2nd chapter, all right, because they're going to fly like in formation, like an army. You understand that? That's what you'll read there in Joel, the 2nd chapter, all right? All right, let's continue here. All right, so the arrow shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. That's right. And a Chaldean shall be a spoil, and all that spoiled her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. All right? Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O destroyers of my heritage. You see that? You understand that? And again, you can read that in Joel, the 3rd chapter, all right? Because ye are grown fat as a heifer at the grass and bellow bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. Who is America, Babylon, the Great's mother? She comes out of Great Britain, the British, okay, the British Empire. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of nations shall be a wilderness, and a dry land and a desert. See that? All right, because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. See, America, Babylon the Great won't be inhabited. There's going to be a wasteland, okay? It's going to be destroyed, a desolation, but it shall be wholly desolate. You see that? Wholly desolate. And everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Again, we already read Jeremiah 15:29. I also took you to Revelations 17, verse 16 and 17, talking about America's own allies. You know, the 10 horns, the EU nations, and NATO, the beast, all right? That they're going to send ICBM missiles onto America. And I took you, well, we scroll down here to Jeremiah 15:29, where it said, gather all the archers, all they that bend the bow, everybody that has ICBM capability. So that's also talking about the other nations that are not America's allies, like Russia, like China, like Iran, all right? Korea. You understand that, people? All right? All those that have ICBM capability, all right, that are not part of America's allies, okay? They're going to send missiles. Why? Because the Lord is going to will it, okay? So put yourselves in array against Babylon, round all about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord Yahweh. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her. You pretty much read the same thing. This stuff is all throughout the scriptures. An example of that is in Obadiah, which is just one chapter, verse 15. All right? Give me a minute. All right, this is Obadiah. Again, it's just one chapter. All right? And it's talking about Esau, Edom, the white man, the Edomites. All right? Verse 15, what does it say? For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, which starts with the tabernacles of Edom, all right, plus the other 16 nations. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. There you go, people. All right, let's get back. Okay. So, again, we just read it here, right? Shout against her round about. She have given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she had done, do unto her. There you go. And I just gave you a precept. All right. Verse 16. All right. Cut off the sword from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of the harvest. I'm going to take you to a couple of precepts on that, all right, about the sickle and the harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. Let's take you to a couple of precepts, all right? Take you a couple of precepts here. Give me a minute. All right, this is Joel 3. I start at verse 12. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment upon the nations. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. In other words, you're going to reap what you sow, people, in plain terms. Come and get you down, for the press is full, and the fat overflowed, for their wickedness is great. Okay? You understand that? All right? For the multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. And the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right? And the Lord shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. And we're talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans that make up 12 tribes of Israel. Remember that. All right? And so shall he know that I am the Lord, your God power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem, talking about you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, starting of course with the elect, shall be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord Yahweh, and shall water the valley of Shinnim. Egypt shall be a desolation. America is spiritually known, all right? America, Babylon the Great, is spiritually known as Sodom and Gomorrah, and spiritually Egypt, all right? And you see, Edom, all right, shall be a desolate wilderness, okay? And that's wherever they pitch tent. But America, Babylon the Great is the Basra, the capital of Edom. This is their headquarters, okay? This is their cash cow, all right, for these Amalekites, all right? So, as it says here, Egypt shall be a desolation, Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Basically, it's talking about America, Babylon, the great people, for the violence against the children of Judah, and because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, right? Talking about the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and Jerusalem, talking about the northern kingdom, all right, of the 10 Indian tribes, from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. And how does he cleanse that blood? You go to Numbers 35, verse 33, 34. And how is it that he cleanses the land? He has to shed the blood of those that shed the blood of the Israelites. So the Edomites' blood have to be shed in the other heathens. All right? That's it. Right there in a nutshell, people. That's what you'll read. Okay? So you people can go over there for yourselves on that. All right. Let me take you to a couple of more precepts about the sickle and the harvest. All right? Again, let me just reread it up here. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, for the press is full. That wine press, okay? And the fat overflow, for the wickedness is great. All right, let's jump to Revelations 14. 14 or 14, we'll start there. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. Okay? And another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud. You know, the cloud is a metaphor for the chariots, people. All right? Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. You see, you Edomites are going to reap what you have sown. Okay? You understand that? All right? It's all going to come back upon your head. And he sat on the cloud, all right? Again, talking about a chariot, thrust his sickle into the earth, and the earth was reaped. Okay? In other words, destruction, people, destruction. All right? Another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, and he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. Okay? In other words, the harvest is full. It's ready. All right? And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the God power. See that? The winepress for all the bloodshedding that's going to be taking place, people. You see that? And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even onto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. All right, people. All right, and to close out, all right, let's go up here. Jeremiah. All right, close this lesson out. All right. Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee. Thou art also taken, O Babylon, talking about America, Babylon the great, people, also known as the daughter of Babylon, daughter of the Chaldeans. And thou was not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh. The Lord Yahweh have opened up his army and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, which means righteous anger. For this is the work of the Lord, the God, power, the host of armies in the land of the Chaldeans. All right, again, you know, the Amalekites. All right, come against her from the utmost. All right, border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks. Okay? Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe, destruction unto them, for the day is come, the time of their visitation. All right, people, I'll end it here. I'm out. I'm on to the next one. And I'm out.